ladies. Happy Wednesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. I put my earbuds on a little late. So today we're going to talk about how to ease your baby's pain while they're teething. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Danielle Cotis. I am your new mom coach. I coach expectant mothers, new moms, and toddler moms how to smoothly and successfully transition into motherhood. Help you deal with all the ups and downs, all the life-changing events, and your emotional roller coaster that you are on. So let's talk about teeth. The devil. I hate the freaking teeth. So for those of you who have a newborn and you're so happy that they're sleeping through the night, finally they might be sleeping 5 hours, 8, or if you're lucky, even 10. Well, there's only really 2 reasons why babies really don't sleep through the entire night, or at least half of it. And the first one are regressions, which I'll do a Facebook Live on at some point. And the second reason is the freaking teeth. The teeth are the devil. They really are. So if you find that your little one is not sleeping through the night at some point, hello, welcome, not sleeping through the night at some point, then it's pretty sure that there are teeth coming in. So just be aware, the babies have about 20 teeth that come in between the time that they are newborns and 3 years old. So 20 teeth. It's a lot of teeth. And it is said to be like the most torturous thing for them, that an adult couldn't even handle the pain that they're going through. It's like taking like a knife and stabbing your gums like a million times. So you can imagine what kind of pain that these little ones are in, that your baby is in, and how uncomfortable it is for them. And the most shitty thing is that it's very uncomfortable for you, and that it could cause you even more sleep deprivation, that you are confused and you're angry and you don't understand why they're crying and why they won't sleep. If they were just sleeping through the month for 3 months and now all of a sudden they're up for weeks at a time, it's definitely those teeth, and it can be very frustrating for parents to go through the teething process, and it takes about 3 years. So the reason I'm doing this is because my little guy, Kiri, he has the last 2 teeth in his mouth coming through, and it is so torturous for him. So I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on what I did that works for Kiri, and then I'll give you some that my mom clients absolutely swear by. So I swear by these tips and tricks. Absolutely, they work. So use them. It's perfect. I mean, there's tons out there. I'm just going to give you the top ones that I use for Kiri. And I teach my mom clients to use that really, really work and help to ease the pain as much as humanly possible. Before I give you those tips, I just want to give you an idea that what I normally find is that it's 4 days of torturous pain, 4 days. So it takes about 4 days. They say 7, but I've calculated that it's definitely 4 days of like torture for them. So keep that in mind, that it's going to be 4 days of pretty intense pain for them, where they might not want to eat, they might not want to drink, that they're going to be a little uncomfortable more so in those 4 days where it's really pushing through. But it does take about a week by the time that tooth comes through, and it can take even longer. Now, if for some reason they are still uncomfortable and they're still crying, it could be that there are more teeth coming in. So keep that in mind each time the teeth come in. Sometimes they get more than one at the same time, or it's one right after the other. So if they're not sleeping and they're cranky, chances are it's probably not a regression if it's not at 4, 6, or 9 months. It's definitely the teeth that are coming in, and that's definitely the pain that's happening. So the first tip, I know you all know that I am an essential oil queen. My husband calls me a voodoo priestess. Essential oils, they're awesome for babies. So typically, I'm not an aromatherapist, so this is your disclaimer here. But typically what they say is that it should be 3 months and on is okay, is safe for essential oils. Although I know a lot of mothers who start doing essential oils the second that the baby is born. So that's really up to you and your discretion, and you should definitely research it. But I started about 3 or 6 months in. So I always say 3 and then on. And if you want to be even safer, I would do 6 and on. But definitely look it up, do your research. But we started doing this, and the essential oils really worked. So what I do, let me find my little roller ball here. So you buy one of these. Okay, it's called a roller ball. So you open it up. And there's a little roller, kind of like the perfume bottles. You can get them at Whole Foods or Amazon. You can buy a huge box. That's what I did. So I use them. I use essential oils for everything. It's like my go-to. So definitely get a roller ball for them. Again, Whole Foods or Amazon is perfect. So there are 3 types of essential oils that you can use. You can use this one called Copaiba. I'm going to spell it for you. It's Copaiba. Copaiba. Okay, some people say it a little differently, but Copaiba. It's a real great anti-inflammatory. Frankincense and lavender. So if you don't have Copaiba or you don't have frankincense or lavender, you can choose one of the 3. It's perfect. You take it, you put only one drop, and then fill the rest with fractured coconut oil. That's the safest thing for babies. There's different ones. You can use jojoba, almond, sesame seed, but I find that the safest version that I've researched is fractured coconut. Again, you can get it at Whole Foods or Amazon for sure. But only one drop of you might need a pipette. 1 drop of the essential oil into the roller ball, and then fill the rest with fractured coconut. That way it's super safe, it's super diluted. You do not ever want to put essential oil on a baby, what they call neat, which means you just take the oil and just put it on them. You don't want to do that. So make sure you dilute it. And then what you'll do is you'll just shake the roll ball, make sure the essential oil and the fractured coconut works, and then you'll just rub it right on their jaw. Okay, or in behind their ear, or both, whatever side the tooth is coming on. Sometimes you might not know, so you can put it on both sides. That's up to you. But you definitely want to make sure that you apply it directly to whatever spot you feel like they have. Now, on babies, you always want to make sure that you test it first. So test it on their ankle or their wrist or something like that, just to make sure that they're not going to have a reaction to the essential oil. So what I found works the best 100% for me and for Kiri is if I do the Copaiba and the lavender at the same time in the same roller ball. It's now that he's older, that definitely works. But when they're younger, you definitely just want to choose one essential oil because you only want 1 drop in there. But as they pass about the 6-month mark, and even 8, you can add the 2 drops. Again, you want to research it as much as possible. I'm not an aromatherapist. I just use them like crazy. So whatever works for you. But definitely on the jawline is awesome. It works like a freaking charm. It's almost like it's instantaneous. I love it. Perfect. Second thing, depending upon how old your baby is, you may be able to use Motrin. I am not a doctor. I'm just telling you what works for me. The motion lasts longer, and it for some reason works so much better for the teeth. I find that if I use Tylenol with Kiri, it doesn't work as well as the Motrin, only because it lasts a little longer, and I don't know what's in it that is better for him, but I find that the Motrin works better. So if you're using Tylenol and it's really not relieving any of the inflammation or the pain, definitely try the Motrin. And the third thing that worked for me like a charm, if for some reason there were so many teeth coming in and I didn't want to give all of that medicine because I'm definitely a holistic type mom, I gave the teething tablets. I think it's Highland teething tablets, but there's tons you can get at like a Whole Foods store where they do the homeopathic remedies. Just be careful. A lot of people gave their kids way too many teething tablets. They don't really need as many as it says on the dosage. It might tell you like 4 tablets every 2 hours, something like that. They really don't need that many. I would just start with 1 or 2 tablets and see if that relieves the pain. I never gave them the full dose that it told me to give. I always give a little bit less. You always want to, err on the side of caution with newborns and infants. You just want to make sure that it's safe. So always go a little bit less than what they're telling you. But the teething tablets work. So if I didn't want to give the Motrin, it was too many days that he was teething, I opted in for the homeopathic remedies. So definitely do those. 3 things were perfect for Kiri and I. Now, what my mom clients swear by is the amber necklace. So I don't know if you know what that is. I didn't really know what that was either. Hey, and so it's a little necklace that goes around their neck, and it has to be pure amber. Now, what I was concerned about and why I didn't get it was because it was a necklace, and I didn't want it to choke Kiri at such a young age. I was even afraid to put that binky thing on because I didn't want to get wrapped around his neck. I had horror films running in my brain. So what I didn't know, and now I do, is that they actually have little bracelets. So you can either put them on the wrist or around their ankle. And then as they get older, if you want to put them around their neck, of course you can use the necklace. But either way, I've had so many people tell me that it swears by it. So what it does is somehow relieve the inflammation in their gums. And I've had people tell me that they had no problems with teething for 2 years because their kid wore this amber necklace every day, or amber bracelet every day. You can get them on Amazon or like at a Whole Foods market or whatnot. It's an amber necklace, but you have to make sure it's pure amber. And I've heard that it is the best. I mean, to not have a teething problem, if you don't have to be up in the middle of the night because your kid is teething, that sounds like a freaking miracle to me. So I would go out and get it. I don't think it's that expensive, maybe $30, maybe $50. I just think it depends on how big the necklace or the bracelet is. But I heard it works like a charm. So if you're having a teething problem, don't forget it lasts almost 3 years. My son is 2.5. So the teeth do not stop coming in. They just keep coming, and it's keep torturous, and you keep not knowing what's happening. So the amber necklace, I heard if you just keep it on them or on their ankles, they never have a problem with teething. Now, some people say they don't, but the clients that I've had and my friends that used it, they said they have zero problems. So I would just order it, and what's the worst that's going to happen? It doesn't friggin' work, right? So that's a swear by for sure. The teething mitt, Amazon sells this teething mitt. It's like a mitten, and it comes on, and they stick it in their mouth and just, kind of like rub around on their teeth. That I've heard works like a freaking charm too. They didn't have that when he was smaller, or maybe they did and I couldn't find it. But that teething mitt, if they have a tendency to put their fingers in their mouth all the time, this is like perfect for them. Just get that teething mitt, put it on them. It Velcros on so it doesn't come off. And so even if they want it to come off, at least they're putting it in their mouth and pulling it out. I found for me that the teething rings didn't work at all. It was either too cold or too hard, and he just like threw it away. So I know my clients use a teething mitt, which obviously the kids just put right in their mouth and feels great. Now, if you don't want to use the teething mitt, or you find that some of this isn't working, those little finger toothbrushes, they actually sell them for babies, and you can put it on your finger and kind of massage their gums. A lot of the pain is in their gums, and it kind of helps to help the tooth break through a little bit so that it's not like stuck there. You know how it gets like kind of stuck and it's trying to push through? Well, what the teething mitt is, helps it get that tooth to come through a little bit quicker so that they're not in so much pain, because that's the pain, is it pushing through. It's like dropping down from the top and then pushing through the gums. So really that little finger brush, I mean, adults, we have those finger toothbrushes. If you have one in your house, you can obviously use that, but massage it as much as possible. And that will, hi mom, and that will really get it going. So try the finger brush. Okay, so a couple things. Teething, there's 20 teeth in a baby's mouth. It does not end. It goes up to 3 years. Don't forget. So if your baby's not sleeping through the night, chances are that's because of the teeth, not because they don't feel like sleeping through the night. Most of the time it's the teeth. It takes about 4 days for that tooth to come through, and it could be 4 days of torture. So in order to make it not torturous for you and for the baby, try the essential oils. It works like a freaking charm. Try the Motrin instead of the Tylenol. As long as your doctor says it's fine, do that. Try the teething tablets. There's homeopathic. Go to Whole Foods or whatever, Wegmans, whatever you got there. They have a whole section of homeopathic remedies. You can also find some of them in Target in the baby section. They have tons of homeopathic stuff that you can use. They even have essential oils there. The amber necklace, I would freaking buy it. Just buy it. See if it works. Let me know. I want to know. And if you're watching on replay, if anybody's used this amber necklace, please hit a like and then write it worked like a charm or it didn't work. I would love to know whether it worked for you or not. And the teething mitt and the finger brush. So good luck with your teeth, with your baby. It does get easier. Eventually they do go away, but it takes about 3 years. So keep up with your different tips and tricks and see what works best for your kid. What works best for your baby may not work best for me. So try them all and see what works the best for you so that you can get some sleep and they can get some sleep. And don't forget, sometimes the teeth can cause ear infections. So the less irritable they are, the better it is for them. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being on the line with me today. I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday at 1. Please like and share this with your friends that have babies. Please put it on your Facebook page. Please like me on Instagram. I have tips and tricks on there as well. And subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's brand new. We'll be uploading videos once a week for you with more tips and tricks. And if you're having any trouble and you're struggling, please book a call with me or reach out to me on Facebook. I promise you I can help you get through this transition that you're going through. I know it's life-changing. I know it can be hard and stressful, and I can totally help you and give you some more tips and tricks that work for me and my clients to get through and feel really good about being a mom and actually enjoying motherhood to its fullest. All right, guys, thank you so much. I will see you next week.